Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elena Mercurio, and I'm the Program Coordinator for Martha's Vineyard Mediation Program. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of the program, its members, and the people who have helped us make this event possible today. Let me first briefly speak about Martha's Vineyard Mediation Program. The program began 25 years ago in 1984, and at that time it was modeled after a program in Dorchester, Massachusetts. The late Judge Tucker and Clerk Thomas Teller, who is here today, and a group of dedicated mediators formed a program to provide free services to litigants of the Small Claims Division of the District Court in Dukes County. It was around 2002, jumping forward, when state funding for mediation programs began through the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And because of that, Martha's Vineyard Mediation expanded its services to include facilitation and mediator training. We expanded our name at that shortly thereafter to the Center for Dispute Resolution to reflect those added services. Unfortunately, due to budget cuts, last year all funding for all community-based mediation programs throughout the state was slashed. We find ourselves now in a position of having to reach out to all of you, and for the first time we have to ask for help in order to keep our doors open. Before introducing our panel today, I would like to mention a few people who have helped us with our fundraising initiative this year. We'd like to thank Marcia Sini, an attorney here on Martha's Vineyard, who assisted us in the establishment of the Tucker Teller Foundation. Sue is here today with her husband, Bill Sini. Also, we'd like to thank attorney Skip Tomasian, who, in addition to having a private practice on the island, is the president of the Dukes County Bar Association. He has been outstandingly helpful in sponsoring this event with his generous support and contribution. Also, Susan Silk, who is now a year-round resident of Martha's Vineyard, who had a long career in Chicago in broadcasting, has been extremely helpful to tonight's program. She conducted the research and facilitated the program topic with the moderator and panelists. Let me introduce to you everyone else. To my immediate left is Ann Brown, who will be providing introductory remarks. Ann has spent her career advocating for safety in the consumer marketplace. She served as chairman of the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission under the Clinton administration. Ann and her husband have been longtime summer visitors of Martha's Vineyard. Next to Ann is Doug Cabral. As you know, Doug began his writing for the Martha's Vineyard Gazette in 1972. He quickly moved into the position of managing editor, and after a brief departure from the island in the 80s, he returned and purchased the paper in 1991 with his wife, Molly. Deborah Metters, who's been really the person who's brought this program together, is a director of Martha's Vineyard Mediation, and I couldn't possibly tell you the efforts that she's extended to make this event possible tonight. To my right is Judge Norman Stahl. Judge Stahl was appointed to the federal bench by George Bush in 1990. Today, Judge Stahl has returned to private practice, and he and his wife, Sue, seasonally reside in Kilmarnock. Next to Judge Stahl is Judge Bob Gamage. Judge Gamage was elected to the Texas Supreme Court in 1991, and he served on that court until 1995. He was also a member of the House of Representatives, the Texas Senate, and a member of the U.S. House of Representatives, as well as a justice on the Texas Court of Appeals. Today he is in private practice. And finally, I'd like to introduce to you Joe Solito. Joe has been an elected official in Dukes County since 1974. Joe has been re-elected 5 times as clerk of the courts for the County of Dukes. And with that, I'd like to thank you all for coming, and we'll let the program begin.
I will say on behalf of the panel and the guests up here that what the late, great Ted Kennedy used to say, of all the introductions I've had, that was the most recent. And so I think I'm delighted to see any of you here on this gorgeous day. You must be very serious-minded folks. And I think that at least most of us don't have to travel too far. And when I travel, I often think of the time that my husband and I were at a party that the President and Mrs. Clinton gave, and when you're on Clinton time, you wait around quite a bit, and we met both Carol Channing and the governor of Guam. I was talking to Carol Channing, the star of Hello, Dolly, and the governor of Guam walked up, and I said, "Miss Channing, this is the governor of Guam." And Carol Channing got all excited, and her eyes got big, and she said, "Guam, Guam. I love Guam. Wherever I travel, my luggage goes to Guam," she said. So in case we don't have that trouble today. Now, I am supposed to warm you up a bit. And so I'm going to simply tell you a joke. Has no reason for being here except for being a joke, and I hope that this will make you feel warm and friendly toward us for the rest of the afternoon. I'm going to tell you my father's favorite story, and unfortunately, although I'm a Sox fan, it's a baseball story about the Yankees. Oh, and you know how old it is because a horse walks up to Casey Stengel, the manager of the Yankees in old times, and he says, "Hello, Casey." And Casey says, "Amazing, a talking horse." And the horse says, "Not only can I talk, I am the best batter you've ever seen, best hitter." So Casey brings him into Yankee Stadium, gets Whitey Ford in to pitch to him. The horse hits every ball out of the park. Well, Casey's very impressed. He brings the horse in. He says, "You'll back clean up for the night game." Comes the night game. First 3 batters hit safely. Up stalks the horse. First pitch to the horse, boom, out of the park. And the horse just stands there. And Casey yells, "Run, you fool!" And the horse says, "If I could run, I'd be at Hialeah." Well, I have absolutely no purpose for telling you that except it reminds me of my father, who was the only non-attorney in our family and somebody that I love very much. Now, when we think of our topic today, we have to think first of all about what is the proper role of the court in a democracy. After all power ideally in the United States is in the people. And the fundamental